The 2008 Formula One World Championship will be decided here. Right, absolutely right. I'm sure that he is going to claim 5th place, which is all he needs to do to become the 2008 Formula One World Champion, Lewis Hamilton.
I love doing what I'm doing. I love making people happy, and if I can continue to do that and make a difference in people's lives and continue doing that, I will do.
Lewis Hamilton, that wins the duel in the deserts.
I think he is the greatest of our era for sure.
Lewis Hamilton, the man from Stevenage, has done it once again. Lewis Hamilton wins the Turkish Grand Prix and is a 7-time champion of the world.
The name Lewis Hamilton is etched in the legacy of motorsport. There will never be another driver like him. From his rookie season, where he was already contending for the championship, to his enduring presence at the top of motorsport for over 15 years, Hamilton has wielded a significant influence both on and off the track. Replicating such a formula is impossible, and here's why.
The easiest thing in life is to give up. The hardest thing is to continue to keep going, but we have to. We have to continue to hold on.
7 years old. So how long have you been racing cars for already, Lewis?
About a year.
So you must be pretty good at it. Is it easy to do?
No.
Born on January 7, 1985 in Stevenage, England, it's no coincidence that Hamilton is named Lewis Carl. His father, Anthony, the son of immigrants from the Caribbean island of Grenada, baptized him in honor of the prestigious American athlete Carl Lewis, unaware that his son would also be remembered for speed, albeit in a very different way.
Super quick.
Anthony separated from Lewis's mother, Carmen Labastière, a British woman, when he was just 2 years old, so he grew accustomed to frequently changing homes to enjoy the company of both his parents. Unlike many Formula One drivers on the grid today, Hamilton did not have a childhood filled with luxuries and privileges. At the age of 6, his father bought him a remote-controlled car, sparking his interest in racing. He started entering competitions and beating adults, fueling his dream of becoming an F1 driver. As a result, Anthony, who has always been very close to Lewis, bought him a fourth-hand cart that cost the family's entire month's income, promising to support him in his career as long as he worked hard in school. Young Lewis also loved football and played with the school team, where he crossed paths with English international midfielder Ashley Young. However, Lewis has revealed years later that he had a terrible time in school, describing his experience as traumatic. He recounted facing episodes of bullying and racism from older kids who constantly taunted him. Because of this, Hamilton has shared that he didn't dare go home and talk about it with his parents, as he didn't want them to think he wasn't a strong kid.
The first time it happened, I felt really upset. I told my mum and dad, but lately, if anybody had said anything to me, I would just ignore them and get them back on the track.
He even said that some teachers told him he wouldn't achieve anything in life, something he admits he sometimes believed while crying. In response, Lewis toughened up in karate classes, and at just 8 years old, he began competing in karting to pursue his dream of becoming a Formula One driver, even though money was tight to kickstart his career. Anthony had to work multiple jobs, drain his savings, and take out a second mortgage to help his son achieve his dream. His close relationship with both of his parents and growing up watching his stepbrother Nicholas, who would also become a professional racer, battle with cerebral palsy have been two of Hamilton's most motivating forces ever since. Just 2 years after starting in karts, in 1995, Hamilton won his first championship. That same year, he met the powerful Ron Dennis, the head of McLaren since 1980. Little Lewis, without thinking twice, approached him to ask for an autograph and his phone number, and Dennis, in his notepad, wrote, "Phone me 9 years, we'll sort something out then." However, it wasn't necessary, because 3 years later, in 1998, after Lewis had won his second Super Series and British Championships, it was Dennis himself who rang up his home. ready to back his career with McLaren. This was a huge relief for the Hamilton family as their financial struggles were finally over, but the pressure on Lewis was higher than ever. He had to perform at his best to stay on with McLaren for the years to come. The contract even included the option for a future seat in F1, making Hamilton the youngest driver ever with a contract that would eventually land him into the pinnacle of motorsport. Hamilton was a karting phenomenon, his talent blazing trails left and right. There were even gambling companies that had odds at 40-1 for him to win his first F1 race before turning 23, and a whopping 150-1 for him to clinch the World Championship before turning 25. Hamilton quickly progressed in karting, moving up to Formula A in 2001 and Formula Super A in 2002, winning the European Championship in 2000 with maximum points. In both categories, his teammate was Nico Rosberg, with whom he became great friends, and together they would progress towards F1. His good results earned him a move to single-seaters in 2001, competing in the British Formula Renault Winter Series, where he finished 5th in his first season and 3rd in his second, making a name for himself in the category. In 2005, he won the Formula 3 Euro Series Championship with 15 victories, thus moving up to the GP2 Series in 2006. In GP2, he won 5 races and clinched the championship in his first attempt, showcasing his talent to the world. After some tests with a Formula 1 car, McLaren announced that he would debut in the top category with the team in 2007 alongside double world champion Fernando Alonso. This made him the first black driver in the history of the competition and the new British promise in F1. At just 22 years old, everyone expected Hamilton to ease into the scene and learn from his seasoned teammate Alonso. However, Hamilton left everyone astonished, as not only did he quickly become a rising star, but he even competed for the championship in that first season. Bagging his first podium in the opening race in Australia and clinching his maiden victory in Canada, Hamilton proved he was made of championship material, turning heads and matching Alonso move for move. Right from the get-go, Hamilton's driving style was aggressive yet spot-on, showing a level of precision rarely seen in a rookie. McLaren, with the best car and 2 lightning-fast drivers, had the perfect formula for winning the championship, but what promised to be a sensational season ended up being one of the biggest disasters in history. Alonso and Hamilton's battle for lead driver status tore the team apart. They ended up sabotaging each other instead of working together, resulting in a total chaos. So, Dennis ended up throwing his weight behind his protégé Hamilton, which led to Alonso leaving the team at the end of the year. Kimi Raikkonen's Ferrari took advantage of McLaren's drama, edging out both Hamilton and Alonso by a single point, who ended up tied and snagging the championship. Finishing as runner-up with 9 consecutive podiums since his debut, 4 wins and 109 points, Hamilton's 2007 season was the greatest rookie year in F1 history, a record that's gonna be tough to top. In 2008, with Alonso out of the picture, Hamilton, the clear team leader, fought against Felipe Massa's Ferrari for the championship, clinching it after a nail-biting, movie-worthy finale. At just 23 years and 300 days old, Hamilton became the youngest world champion ever at the time, a record only later topped by Sebastian Vettel. Hamilton, after his first title, remained committed to McLaren, achieving multiple victories and podiums. However, 2010, which was a closely contested season, the team never had a truly winning car. While they produced fast cars, reliability issues and various failures prevented them from competing for championships, never matching Hamilton's driving level. 2012 was the final straw, and after several retirements due to reliability issues, Hamilton announced after the Singapore Grand Prix that he would drive for Mercedes starting the following year, which was a complete shock. In this way, Hamilton left the team he had been with since he was young and which had sponsored him throughout his sporting career, in a risky move for many. While McLaren had competitive cars, Mercedes, which joined F1 in 2010, had only managed 1 victory and a couple of podiums in 3 seasons. However, what ended up being a risky move, labeled by many as a bounty hunter's move, turned out to be the best driver move in Formula 1 history. In 2013, Hamilton secured his first victory with the team, and with the arrival of the hybrid era, the Silver Arrows began their golden age in Formula One, dominating the sport for years. Hamilton starred in a tough rivalry with his teammate and old friend Nico Rosberg. They battled for the championship right up until the final round in 2014, with Hamilton ultimately clinching his second title, 6 years after the first. The following year, in 2015, Hamilton was far superior to Rosberg, claiming the championship for the third time, but the German got his revenge in 2016 by outplaying the Briton. The competition between them was so intense that Rosberg decided to retire after that season, and their once close friendship suffered under the strain of competition, leading to numerous clashes between them.
It's not the race we were after, but yeah, good result. That was on the outside. It wasn't me that crashed.
From 2017 onwards, Hamilton and Mercedes formed a perfect pairing between car and driver, dominating the category for 4 seasons and winning everything, leaving no room for other rivals such as Ferrari, until Max Verstappen and Red Bull managed to dethrone Hamilton in 2021. In 2020, Hamilton secured his 7th title, matching the legendary Michael Schumacher. It was a feat many thought was impossible, and he ended up smashing nearly every record in the book, taking his achievements to a whole new level. Even though Mercedes hasn't had a winning car since 2021, Hamilton hasn't let up, still delivering top-notch performances with whatever he's got. With a whopping 103 victories, 197 podium finishes, 104 pole positions, and 65 fastest laps, Hamilton is the greatest Formula One driver statistically. And his F1 journey is far from finished. By signing with Ferrari for 2024, the Briton still has plenty to prove and more chapters to write in his racing story. And despite his countless achievements on the track, which will be hard to top, Hamilton is more than just a driver. He's an icon. Since his debut in Formula One, Hamilton has been shattering stereotypes with a story that will always transcend his sporting relevance. It's a unique aspect that Hamilton himself has stressed, as he often felt unaccepted by his peers on the grid during certain points in his career. They told him that Formula One drivers weren't supposed to be like him, that he wasn't meant to behave that way. An F1 driver doesn't have tattoos. An F1 driver doesn't have personality and piercings, they'd say. But Hamilton proved them all wrong. Absolutely, Hamilton has always been an outspoken activist against racism and injustices he sees in the world, wielding a considerable influence both in social media and off the track. Moreover, he's a true trendy icon. Unlike his fellow drivers, Hamilton rocks Prada and Versace outfits on the grid, serving as the face of big names like Puma and Tommy Hilfiger, with every clothing brand clamoring for his endorsement. The Briton frequents prestigious events like the Met Gala, advocates for veganism, and is often spotted mingling with celebrities from diverse backgrounds. Music is also one of his great passions, having even recorded a song with Christina Aguilera under the alias XNDA. His dog Roscoe is also quite a star, with 1 million followers on Instagram. In a nutshell, Hamilton is a man with many strings to his bow, and Ferrari is well aware of it. His signing isn't just about sport, it's a move that will take the image of the most iconic team in Formula One to new heights. But why will there never be another Hamilton? There are several factors behind this one-of-a-kind formula. In the pricey world of motorsports, the odds of someone from the middle class making it are getting slimmer by the day. Most current drivers hail from well-off families, which sets them apart from Hamilton, who came from a different background altogether. From his debut season, Hamilton showed he was right up there with the best. His trademark, an aggressive trail-braking technique, where he brakes almost until the apex of the corner without lifting off the throttle, echoes the style of legends like Ayrton Senna, Jim Clark, or Sterling Moss. Over time, Hamilton has honed his driving skills, turning himself into an almost flawless driver. And the thing is, Hamilton has been ruling the world of motorsport for more than 17 years, bringing his A-game every single season. From 2007 to 2021, he won races in every season, and as of 2024, he has achieved podium finishes in every Formula One season he's been a part of. That level of unwavering consistency is unmatched, and has rightly earned him the title of record breaker. Hamilton is way more than just a driver. With an impact impact that stretches far beyond the racetrack, something rarely seen in F1 history. There's just no one else like Hamilton, much like there's no one else like Senna. But what makes them different? Click here to find out.